Hey guys, this is Rager again, and today I'm going to be talking about a political topic. More specifically, why is America so polarized? Throughout American history, the nation has had periods of division and polarization, from the Civil War to the Red Scare to the counterculture movement of the 1960s and to the modern day. The United States has experienced division and political turmoil throughout history. However, there is something unique about this time period in which America is not only divided but also polarized, that politics is a hotly contested issue. While, yes, one could argue that the Civil War was worse in terms of polarization as it led to violence and upheaval, at the very least, America was able to resolve their differences and move on from the conflict. Nowadays, it seems that this division never seemed to end. Why is this the case? What is prolonging said division and frustration among the American political climate? Here are some factors that could be causing this. Number one, populism. More specifically, bad populism, in which politicians use rhetoric that is divisive, which can fuel this division in the current climate. It's not that populism itself is bad per se, but how said politicians use populism as a tool to frame a us versus them mindset, in which this simplistic black and white thinking can be easily served for their own ends. When people criticize populism as being divisive or problematic, this is what they mean. They refer to the fact that said rhetoric can make the people divided and thus fuel the divisions that we're facing right now. Sure, there are some merits and benefits to populism. It can excite the people, it can give them hope and change, and can mobilize people for your cause. There is nuance to this factor. However, the fact that populism is being used by bad faith actors is why we're so divided right now. Number two, social media. I know it's ironic given how you're watching this on a social media platform, but similar to the first factor, social media amplifies what's popular, but not necessarily what's right. Just like how populism can be used in bad faith, social media used by bad faith actors can also amplify the worst parts of populism and thus give leverage and popularity to bad faith actors. The amplification of popular messaging on social media can also exacerbate the division and make polarization longer lasting. Lastly, there's also the death of the monoculture, or I should say, the lack of a monoculture. A monoculture is essentially a single movie, TV show, video game, or book series that people easily relate to. There's this lack of unifying force in culture nowadays that is part of the reason why people cannot relate to others as we used to. The lack of a shared collective experience is partially the reason why we have a hard time relating to others nowadays. There used to be a time where people could collectively agree on certain ideas, certain mindsets that we can simply agree that is objectively right or wrong. Sadly nowadays, monoculture is occasional. The internet and social media fragments a lot of popular topics into certain niches. What was once popular had staying power in popular culture. People would be easily hyped or can talk about the same shows easily because that was the thing people can bond over. But with social media fragmenting everything into certain niches, things that are popular are less relatable, less understandable, and there's less staying power in the popular culture, if none at all. Nowadays, if something gets popular nowadays, people would talk about it on the internet briefly for like a week or two, and then move on to the next shiny popular thing. To circle back, what was the point of this video? Well, it's simple. These three main factors, bad populism, the bad usage of social media, and the lack of monoculture nowadays, are the driving force in our divisions in today's society. Yes, there are more than three reasons. Obviously, there are more nuances to it, but these three are the main reasons as to why America is so polarized.